Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is Bourbon Barrel Aged Ambassador with Coffee. So this is actually a re-review. This beer was pretty much released a year ago, so I'm reviewing it again. So I actually want to talk about what barrel aging stout in New York City is seen sort of like first, and then if you want to check out the review, please skip ahead. So first off, real estate is obviously expensive in New York City, so you're not going to have that much space for barrel aging. The other thing is that New York City is quite young in the craft beer scene. Other half is sort of the trigger milestone moment, and they've only been around for I want to say 4 or 5 years, so everything has been grown since then, and Interboro is only about 2 years old. So 2 years old, 3 years old, something like that. Anyway, about 2 years old, honestly. So now this is a beer that has been bourbon barrel aged, and they put it in these stubby 8-ounce cans, which is great because it is an 11% beer. So who wants a big bomber of it? It's really cool to have these little 4-packs of them. And honestly, I would not be able to review this a year in because I would have shared a bomber with somebody. But now I can keep these little cans here and there. I can enjoy one here and enjoy another one here. And now we're a year in, and we're enjoying one here right now. So the beer comes in a beautiful black color, medium brown head on there. Let's get the aroma. And I will say though, this is a coffee beer. Even though it's a barrel aged imperial stout, I would generally not recommend it. You age it, but it is what it is. You know, we age beer sometimes, so let's try it out. Nice and nutty. Definitely a lot of the spirit character of the bourbon coming through. Vanilla, a little bit of light, kind of like peanut buttery nuttiness coming in. Smells awesome. Cheers. Wow. This beer is aged gracefully. I mean, I love this beer early on. Honestly, I like it even more now. This beer has nicely smoothed out those like spiky hits of barrel character and bourbon that were in the beer. I mean, there's a nice like touch of like buttery oak character driving in there. This is honestly on par with like a Parabla. I mean, I'll bet on that. Lightly chewy up front, not completely enveloping like Bourbon County. Again, I compare so many things to Bourbon County. It's so hard to do that comparison, but yeah, it has a full lightly sticky mouthfeel. The coffee comes in. It's not as bright and acidic. Instead, it's sort of this mild, kind of chocolatey coffee combination. Wow. And then moves on with more mocha and vanilla coming in, light brownie notes, and a little bit of cake batter. The sharpness of the coffee really helps balance out the beer, in the sense that this beer is generally a touch sweet. It's not that sweet, but a touch sweet because it does have that middle palate, but then it dries out quite nicely. There's a good amount of residual sweetness on this one, but then the oak comes in and dries out the beer quite nicely. It's not completely enveloping. Your lips are not, and your tongue are not completely left with this kind of black kind of quality to it. It's playing around. And as I wait more, there's like more butterscotch qualities, a little bit of nuttiness. It is beautifully complex, and a year in, I will say I cheated and looked up the old video of this and just like was curious, like how much did I like this beer? And I gave it a 98, and I will say, unreal. A little bit of booze on the back end. 99, a year in, 99. This beer has aged beautifully, gracefully, and what else can I say? Just a little bit more point for that age. It's an amazing beer, and the fact that it took months for this beer to sell is just an embarrassment. And I think a lot of people in New York City really need to catch up on the quality beer versus the hype, because I'm sure a lot of other half beer was being sold, and Interboro beer was not being sold out, and this really was one of the gems of last year in beer for me, and is glad to enjoy this again. So shout out to Interboro. This is absolutely amazing. Holy smokes. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.